right, guys. Welcome back to another episode of Cozy Womb Podcast. My name is Shan, also known as Mommy Rocky, Mama of the Girls. And this is a podcast about parenting. And this week's topic, headline, might I add, is talking about toxic baby food in 2021. We thought this year was going to be good, but here we are, right? And it's I haven't done a baby topic in a while, so I was like, let me just do it just to give you the details on the cautionary reasons on why they're stopping these baby foods from being sold and why they're being stopped from being on the shelves of your grocery stores, right? It's for a good reason. And to be quite honest, I feel like this has been a constant thing that they've known, but maybe the levels of the metals that is in the foods and the toxicity of those levels has gotten to a number that's just like, all right, so we have to pull them off the shelves at this point. That's why they're being pulled off the shelves. And that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the heavy metals that's found in baby foods, and I'm breaking down what they'll possibly do to a baby, and what their cons are when it involves little babies eating this food. All right. And when I say the companies, I'm talking about company alerts like Gerber, who has like the rice cereal, Beech Nut, who has like different veggies and fruit, little mixed food, pureed food, Earth Best Organics, Happy Family Organics, Walmart brands, like all of those are like, don't buy it right now. And I'm going to tell you why. All right. Psst. Do you hear the silence? It doesn't have to be silence if you would just go ahead and promote your business. If you have a service, a business, or products that are parenting related, helping the lives of parents, helping the lives of children, anything educational that you're doing, a book that's coming out and you want to promote it, this is the ad space for you. Cozy Womb Podcast is providing people the opportunity to go ahead and promote their own business, service, or product. Okay. I have pre-roll space. I have mid-roll space. So just let me know. You can email me at cozywombbmama@gmail.com, or you can DM me on IG or Twitter at cozywombbpod. Let's get back into the show.
Here we go.
Back to the show.
Back to the show.
All right. So the heavy metals that is at crazy levels in baby food right now, which is why the baby food is off the shelves, is arsenic, lead, cadmium, and mercury, right? And I'm going to go over how that got into the baby food and what it does. All right. So we all know that pesticide sprays goes on fruits and vegetables in America. Okay, that's how they preserve it from being eaten from insects, and they can make more and they can produce more money, blah 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 blah. But at the same time, if it's on those foods and that is processed and made in factories, in order for it to not go bad, because we know once we use fresh raw product, it's going to go bad really quick. But this food gets to sit on the shelf, which means it's processed with other chemicals. So the more it sits, the more toxic it gets, right? So that's why a lot of moms and dads might puree their own baby food at the house with a food processor, right? Or you can just breastfeed, but it all depends on you, okay? I'm not shaming anybody. So arsenic, what it does, it can be found in baby food. It can cause nausea, diarrhea, abnormal heart rhythms, possible death, and it messes with the neurotransmitters in the baby's brain in order for them to develop in a healthy way. Lead. What does lead do to babies? It can delay their development. It can make your child have learning challenges where they don't learn at the level that they're supposed to learn at their age. Your child may develop a not a need to not want to eat, or they don't want to eat, or they're a very picky eater because they'd rather not eat. And then you might find yourself having to give your child like Pediasure, right? Um, your child might be irritated a lot, fussy. Your child might have stomach issues, and you might find that you're always trying different foods because you're not keeping the food that you're trying to give them down. And it could be because that food is toxic, right? And then cadmium, it can cause cancer. That was like the number one thing. It can cause cancer, flu like symptoms, which is like bling, 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 bling. Imagine being a parent right now and you're feeding your child a toxic food every day, all day, and babies eat a lot, right? And you think your child has COVID symptoms, but actually they're having a symptom related to their food that they're eating, because this says that it'll cause flu like symptoms like muscle pain, um, aches, maybe ear aches. It can do damage to their lungs. So that's cadmium. And then lastly, we have mercury, which is found in the baby foods. It has a neurotoxin that can damage the nervous system in a baby or a child, especially the brain. It can lead to kidneys and liver failure. It can cause memory issues and hearing issues. All the things that doctors and pediatricians test on your baby to make sure they're at where they need to be at, right? So you do not want to keep feeding your baby this if this is a possibility. So, this is a great time to get a food processor. This is a great time to get a NutriBullet and puree your baby food, or get the pumping, right? Find some substitutes, buy some raw veggies, and good fruit for your child to eat. Wash it properly, lemon, lime. Make sure you're getting the proper water and it's filtered and it's clean. And how did those things get in there, right? Naturally, rice has a high arsenic level because of the soil and the water that's in the ground at the time when they sprayed the plants and everything, right? There's nothing you can do about that. But it shouldn't be at the high levels that it is in the baby food. Pesticides, you're going to get those chemicals mixed in through the food processing. It's not a good mix. Herbicide, vitamins that are in the foods, whether it's fruit or vegetables, don't mix well with the processed foods. Minerals that are in there don't mix well, and then it sits on the shelf instead of it being in somewhere cold like a fridge, because it's been so processed that it can sit on the shelf. But is it healthy? No. I believe companies knew this way before it's now like headline, and the federal government has to get in the mix and say, hey, you can't sell this, right? And I think they're saying, hey, you can't sell this because legally people can sue these companies and sue us, and we could lose money. I don't think it's for the benefit of people's children, okay? Because we live in America and they always worry about their pockets first before human beings. That's just what they do. So, strong metals, period, no matter what type of metal it is, can cause damage. If you can breastfeed, this is a great time to breastfeed. If you can supplement the food that you give your baby with something else, this is a great time to do that, right? Your home is quarantined. Some people are outside. Don't get me started on that. But this is a good time to find some healthier options for your baby and not that toxic food that's on the shelf at the stores, okay? And I don't care where you go. You could go to Publix, you could go to Kroger, you could go to Save a Lot, you could go to Walmart, you can go wherever you go grocery shopping. Do not feed your baby that food, okay? Some babies don't even make it out the hospital. So if your baby was healthy enough to make it out the hospital, feed that baby good, healthy food and not the one that's on the shelf, right? This is Cozy Moon Podcast. This is a short one, but to the point. I wanted to give you guys some insight on what those metals can do to your baby so you're aware and informed. And if you know anyone with a new baby or someone that is feeding their baby table food, let them know. Peace.